It's Comic-Con time, ladies and gentlemen. It's that time of year where everyone gets really excited about superheroes and pictures of superheroes. But that's why we're here today playing The Wolf Among Us, a game based on a comic book. What's up, guys and girls? Lazy Dragon here. Now, you might be wondering, why now are we playing The Wolf Among Us? Why have you decided to wait this long before going back to Telltale games? The answer's simple. The rumour mill is churning, and there are a few tweets suggesting that The Wolf Among Us will have a sequel announced at Comic-Con. Maybe we'll finally get the sequel we've been waiting 4 years for, or maybe the internet's just reading too far into things again. But if you've never played Wolf Among Us, or heard of it before, it's brought to you by Telltale Games, which means I'll end up making 5 videos of this and then forgetting to finish the series, because I'm kind of a terrible person. And it's based on the comic series Fables, about fairy tale characters living in New York, which you might recognise as a premise that's used by several popular TV shows. Now, I'm not saying that they stole the idea, but I am very heavily doing the air quotation marks right about now.
Shit. Big B! Listen, mate, I know I don't look human.
But one thing those shows don't have is Mr. Toad, trying to talk his way out of an encounter with the sheriff. And that's us, we're the sheriff. Sheriff Big B Wolf. No prizes for guessing which fairy tale he's supposed to be based on. I am looking at a 3-foot toad. This is incredibly strange for me.
That's a problem.
Oh, also the fairies, also the fairy tales, they have to hide themselves if they live in New York. Otherwise, everyone on the street would be going, ooh, look, a 3-foot toad. You don't see that in Brooklyn every day.
Go see a witch. Get a glamour.
And glamours are how they disguise themselves. Because everybody in Fable, if they have a glamour, then they can pretend to be human. It's a spell, a disguise spell. If they don't have a glamour, then they walk around like a giant 3-foot toad.
I don't make the rules.
And we're a very apologetic Big B Wolf.
I can't give you.
If you haven't figured out which character Big B's supposed to be by this point, I'll give you a hint. He's not based on Cinderella.
Whatever it costs, it's worth it. You don't want me catching you out of glamour again.
Oh, now somebody's gone and broken a window.
See? This is what I told you about, Sheriff. You're just gonna
Damn
stand
right I'm
there.
going to stand here.
Do something, Big B.
How about we get the giant frog out of the hallway where everyone can see him? No? Okay, you're just going to stand there with the door open. Well done, Mr. Toad. We really should stop eating, cried Mr. Toad, as he ate another.
Furry prick goes shite. Tell me how to spend my money.
Dad, the lights are shaking again.
What did I say? You want a
And
big
of course
bad
this is
wolf
the
to take you
serious,
away?
dark version of fairy tales, sort of Brothers Grimm version of fairy tales, where everyone swears, and the only way that characters know how to resolve their problems is via sex, murder, or sex and then murder. There's no lovey-dovey Disney stuff here. It's dark and grim. There's litter on the floor. You'd never see this in a Disney film. There's never any litter in those films. Aren't we a lovely detective? We're putting people's phones back. We are just the sweetest guy. Also, speaking of sex and murder, let's go and save a prostitute from being murdered. It's almost as if I planned that line. Which would be quite impressive if it wasn't for the fact that I may be suffering from heat stroke. It's still bloody hot.
God damn you! No,
Whoa, hey!
Oh, you don't slap women.
Fuck are you talking about, you stupid?
Well, this man's endeared himself to the audience already.
I'll fucking kill you!
Keep it calm. Keep it. We're all friends here, or we could start with a headbutt. Didn't realise that you were a Krogan. What am I gonna fucking do? I'm the sheriff, bitch! Why is I'm the sheriff, bitch not an option?
This is your last warning. If you keep on like this, I won't have any choice but to put you
And the
down.
drunk, bald, bearded gentleman is called Woody, because he has a giant penis.
That's not how it went last time.
Or it could be short for woodsman.
Last time.
And of course, they've got a history, these two. The woodsman cut Big B open, filled his belly up with stones. He was pooping rocks for a week. Ooh, how should we beat him up? Let's throw him at the sofa. We failed to press anything. I'm shit at QuickTime events. Do you maybe want to stop throwing me around the room? That's it, punch him in the jaw, or the neck. Wolves always go for the throat. Bait. You wanted some sex? Well, how about I take you to bed instead? The woodsman does realise that he can put his arms up to block, right? Yeah, that's it. The sink will probably take the longest time to repair. You're going to need a plumber to fix this one, and we've just given him a deadly weapon. Did not plan this one all the way through. It's like Dance Dance Revolution, except with more stabbing. And considerably more broken sinks. Left, right, into the bookshelf. Scare the prostitute. Really? A lamp? You missed me with a razor, you think you're going to hit me with a lamp? Now, in case you can't tell, I really like Fables and The Wolf Among Us, so I'm really hoping for a second season. It will justify me making this video at the very least. Give me the axe, you fucker. Never chop wood whilst intoxicated. This is not Canada, you can't get away with that sort of stuff. Don't put the lethal weapon on the floor.
Look, I'm not leaving until I get what
The evil drunk dude is on the floor, now the axe is on the floor. Can you see where I might be going with this?
Put you on the ground. You hear me?
Hey, if you can't be nice, I'm gonna make you wait outside.
Wow. We are... we are the most tolerant sheriff going. If you can't be a good boy, I'm going to put you in timeout. And no pudding for a week.
What the hell is going
I mean, we could tell the prostitute to leave, but I think that'd be kind of cold after she just got beaten up.
Turned into a real shit show. Don't worry, you saw the best.
I did see the best bits.
Where that came
It was like a hall of fame of people getting smashed into things.
Look, this is just the start of a shitty night for me. I just need the money he owes me, then I can go.
Are you alright?
We can at least pretend to care.
Thanks for asking.
Ah, I pretended to be a nice person. What's your name? Now's the time for me to start hitting on her.
Don't make this more difficult than it has to be.
Sorry, Sheriff. Wouldn't want to add any difficulty to your night.
Why was he
For
hitting?
somebody that just got the crap kicked out of them, you're very sassy.
He asked me if I recognized him, knew who he was. I said I didn't. He started beating on me. Then you showed up, started beating on him.
I mean, as plot synopsis go, it's pretty good.
I'm the woodsman, you whore. I saved Little Red Riding Hood from this monster. I cut this fucker open and filled his belly full of stones and threw him in the fucking river. That's who the
We're going to be
I
the
am,
polite
you
Bigby.
stupid bitch.
Would you excuse me for a moment?
By all means.
We're going to be the sort of Bigby that minds his manners and gets rugby tackled out a window onto a taxi. Damn, we are heavy. That taxi is totaled. Damn, now there's a bald man in the middle of the road in New York City.
Hey, Toad. My God.
Oh, of course it's Toad's car. I'm sorry, Toad. After we complained at you to spend money to buy a glamour, then we went and broke your car.
Make yourself comfortable.
It's almost as if we're trying to give you financial difficulties on purpose.
Sorry about the car. We ended up going out the window. Couldn't be avoided.
You probably could have avoided going out the window.
I called you, and you come to help. I can't be made. But even when you help, things end up more fucked than they started.
That sounds like me when I'm playing most games.
Well, at least
I came to help, and things ended up just going wrong. You're still coming back for more. You don't know when to quit, do you? Choke him. Choke me, Bigby. Oh, there's so much blood and tapping. Damn, this is going to make the audio sound like shit. With me hammering the A button. Ow. Can we end the cutscene? My wrist is starting to get sore. Thank you, prostitute. Okay, well, we stopped the sex, but we didn't stop the murder. We accomplished half of our goals. That's something. You can't win them all. I'm sure there are plenty of sheriffs out there with a 50% success rate. He's still going. This woodsman does not know when to give up. And now you're rummaging through his pockets. Fairy tales.
Don't mention it. I'm just getting.
At least we're making friends with the local
You all
whores.
right back there? I mean, your eyes and the teeth. You're not really supposed to.
I'm not really supposed to get strangled to death? No, I'm not really supposed to do that. Also, my eyes aren't supposed to glow yellow, and I'm not supposed to develop fangs out of nowhere. That's generally a bad thing to do in the middle of New York.
It's more from me.
Unless you're Teen Wolf, I suppose.
You fucking bitch.
Just stop talking, dude. Stay down.
He's had enough.
He's a fable. Son of a bitch can take plenty.
And of course, if you hadn't guessed by now, all of the fables and fairy tale characters, they don't die easily. They get different levels of healing and invulnerability depending on how popular their story is. So for example, if it's a very popular fable, like say, Snow White, she can survive being sniped through the fucking head. If it's a slightly less popular fable, like one of the Three Little Pigs, they die by being decapitated. Also, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Here.
This is nice, we're making friends.
Who do you work for, really?
Making mute
These
friends.
lips are sealed. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I mean, we just saved your life. Least you could do is talk. Trying to have a nice friendly conversation here.
You like my ribbon?
It's a lovely ribbon. Please don't change the subject. Stop changing the subject.
Stop changing the subject. If you don't answer my questions,
I'm
I
trying
can't
to
help
be
you.
your friend here.
I'm answering them the best that I can.
Your ribbon is answering them. Does your ribbon have a mouth of its own? I don't remember that fairy tale from Hans
Like
Christian
we've met
Andersen.
before.
The magic talking ribbon. Is it like the magic porridge pot?
We all
The
sort of
magic
knew each
ribbon
other
never
at
shut
one
up,
point or another.
till one day it got tied around someone's neck, backwards,
Things change, I
so
guess.
its mouth could only ever see
Yeah.
flesh. That sounds like something they'd write. Oh, Bigby, you've misplaced your corpse. Also, the number plate of Mr. Toad's car
Stop.
is
We don't have
totally.
to make any more of a thing out of it than it already is.
That's great. See, a bit of
not
levity,
justified.
a bit of fun.
Can't have him
It's
run
not all
around with
seriousness
sexy
and
ladies.
sex murder.
Good, because I was just starting to worry it was all about me.
That's not what I meant.
As we have a little heart-to-heart with our beaten prostitute. I'm sorry. You're okay.
How much was it he owed you?
Yeah, how much did the woodsman owe you?
100.
100? Bloody hell.
It'd be bad for you to show up empty-handed.
I don't generally hire prostitutes
I'll
for
be fine.
fairy tale characters, but 100 quid, that seems like a fair bit. I mean, I wish I could help.
I really wish I could help.
It's okay.
Oh,
I'll be fine. You've done enough, really.
of course I'm not going to give her any money, it's a Telltale game. There'll probably be some puzzle that shows up in episode 5, where we have to spend like £1,000 in order to get the best
I have to
ending.
go drop off what I have.
Meet me back at my office then.
It's a little late for an office visit, Sheriff. I'll swing by your
That's so much better.
How do you
Yes,
know
let's
where
have
I
a
You live in the
prostitute
smallest
swing by the
apartment in
sheriff's
Woodland.
apartment in the middle of the
Everyone knows
night,
that.
because that won't generate rumours.
am? Good to know.
You should get cleaned up. You look like
Yeah, screw you, you look like shit. That's why I'm not giving you the $100. Pounds.
some of these
Monopoly money. What money does Fable use?
That's gonna leave.
Do they have their own fairy tale money?
Or maybe not.
Are you going to embrace? Go on, kiss the whore.
I need to tell you something.
Go on and kiss the whore. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
I'll take it. It was...
I'll see you around.
The songs actually worked for once. But that is Fables in a nutshell. Fairy Tale character A is annoyed at Fairy Tale character B, they beat the crap out of each other, Fairy Tale character C gives one of them a kiss. And that's why people love Fables. It's just Fairy Tale characters doing normal, everyday person things. Like sex murder, and refusing to pay prostitutes. The Woodland Luxury Apartments. Oh boy, it's time for some gameplay in this game that isn't a QuickTime event. I forgot that these Telltale games are 90% cutscene, followed by a moral choice. And of course, if you haven't read Fables before, then you probably should do. They've finished their run, I believe. I think collected in about 22 graphic novels.
Snow can sometimes be a disciplinarian.
And some of them are quite fun. Some of them are a bit naff, and one of them involves a small girl and a toy submarine and a really fucked up story. But apart from that, they're quite jolly. Stay off the grass, of course. We are the polite sheriff.
There's no walking on the grass. Snow White's orders. She made a sign.
We're the most petty sheriff that's ever walked Fabletown.
I'll be sure to send her an apology.
Beauty.
Hello, Bigby.
It's a giant sign. How did you not see it?
Expecting anyone. I know this looks a little odd, but there's an
It does look a
explanation,
little odd.
I swear.
Especially that coat. Are you hiding something?
Is there some sort
Are
of
you in
crystal I
fact
don't
two
know
midgets
about?
stood one on top of the other?
Agree.
If we pull that coat open, it will reveal that Beauty is actually two twins, trying to sneak into a cinema. We're going to see an adult film.
Please, Bigby. Promise me you won't tell Beast you saw me. He worries too much.
It's a shame
as
that
it is.
Beauty doesn't get a fun
It
name,
would
like
just make
Bigby.
my life a lot easier. Just please.
She doesn't look anything like Emma Watson.
Promise me.
Sure.
You promise?
Yes, I promise. I'm the friendly sheriff.
Thank you, Bigby.
People call me
I'll
the
explain it
friendly
all
bad
to you
wolf.
later.
As
I
far
will.
as nicknames go, it needs a bit of
Go.
work. But I'm not going to explain myself to two midgets wearing a trench coat.
Thank you for trusting me. Really, I appreciate it, Bigby.
That was a lot of work just to walk inside a building. Ah, a building with an asleep security guard.
7th day in a row.
So immersive. I too get no post. Even when it's not Sundays. Waiting for lifts in real time. Damn, he is ripped.
Hey, wait up. Have you seen my wife? Have you seen
The
Beauty?
first moral choice. We told the two midgets in a trench coat that we
So,
wouldn't reveal
have
that
you?
she'd gone out.
Nope. Haven't seen her.
Now we've just had to lie to a dude
Okay.
that's more ripped than we are,
Sorry
which is
to bother
quite
you.
impressive seeing as we're a
Damn it.
fucking wolf.
Something's going on.
And don't worry, if you are in fact two small people in a trench coat, you can count on me to keep your secrets. I'm glad they put the subtitle of Bigby's apartment up. I thought we were breaking into somebody else's flat.
Damn. Should have cracked a window.
Looking out on the streets of New York City. There's probably somebody being murdered on the sidewalk down below. Doesn't matter to me, I'm off duty. I'm the nice sheriff. I'm glad that the fairy tale characters got running water and modern plumbing.
What a night.
It's my biggest fan.
Should help.
Oh god, I'm a failure.
At least this still works.
Wasn't expecting that one. Colin, do you want to get your porky ass out of my chair?
Not again.
Now, as Bigby alluded to earlier,
Hey.
if you're a fairy tale character that doesn't look
Yeah.
human, you can't stay in this part of New York. You have to go upstate to the farm. which is where all the animal fairy tales live, strangely enough.
Hey, Big B. I'm in your chair,
I suppose it sounds better than calling it the zoo. Or the nature preserve. Get out of my chair.
Yeah, get out.
I did not fall out of a window and break Mr. Toad's car just for you to steal my chair. You are a pig. We'll put down some newspapers. You can lie on the floor with your judgmental face. I get the feeling Colin watches Bigby sleep a lot. He's got one of those faces about him. Now we're just lighting cigarettes for a pig.
Thanks. Couple thousand more of these, we'll be even on that house.
Oh, you're not still banging on about the fact we blew down one of your houses, are you?
You can't keep sneaking off the farm like this.
The big bad wolf's only got 2 stories associated with him. One where he gets murdered and filled with rocks, and the other one where he blows down a couple of houses. The least you could do is stop blaming him for blowing down the house. It's the only cool story he's got. The other one has him dressing as a little girl's grandma.
Come on, that's a little dramatic.
That for me?
Nope.
The house didn't blow itself down, Bigby. That's all I'm saying. Do with that what you will. Now, I'm not saying it's reason enough for me to have definitely been offered a drink, but,
You broke into my house and I gave you a cigarette. I'm not giving you some whiskey as well.
It also would have shown everyone how different you are now.
Yeah, I'm taking a sip. You can sod off. This is my drink. It's honestly amazing that the sheriff has not thrown this intruder out of his house yet.
I take it all back. This is
Dude, I
why
gave you a
everyone hates
cigarette.
you.
Stop being such a porky little bitch. Everyone hates me. I care what society thinks when I'm a giant wolf.
Nah, I'm just giving you shit.
I'm doing my best here.
Clearly that is not true. What with the selfishness with the bourbon.
Okay,
But,
hang on.
No.
It
hate's the
doesn't...
wrong word.
Cops can be selfish, okay? They don't have to give everyone their alcohol. That doesn't stop them from being good
Thought we
cops.
were all supposed to have a fresh start here. I can't change the past.
Well, you can't change people's memories either.
Bitch, I bet I can. I bet there's something downstairs
I'm not saying
in the
it's fair.
Fabletown building that lets me change memories.
People are scared of you. I mean, look at your hands.
People still remember all of those terrible things I did back before we came to New York. Blowing down 2 houses and dressing up as a grandmother. That's enough to hate me for hundreds of years.
I was doing my job, believe it or not.
Your job is to beat the shit out of fables.
Sometimes I take them.
Oh, why can't I get a job like that? Your job is to roughhouse some fairy tale characters. Now excuse me whilst I elbow drop Goldilocks.
You think my job is easy? You try keeping a bunch of fables from killing each other. How do you think this all works?
I don't know. How?
By being big and being bad.
By being big and being bad.
Damn, big and bad. If only we knew someone around here that met those qualifications. Presumably some sort of giant that doesn't wash his hands after going to the toilet.
Sure you were shitty.
He'd be big, and he'd be very bad.
Not everyone.
Name one.
I haven't been shitty to everyone. I've been very nice to the people I've
I don't
met.
actually know her name.
I mean, I broke Toad's
Awesome.
car,
Great example.
and then I helped 2 midgets in a trench coat escape their husband,
Life is easy.
and then I refused to pay a prostitute. Actually, I might not be a good person.
I know you like this whole lone wolf thing you got going for yourself. But I've seen the way you look at Snow, okay? You're not fooling me.
Will you
This is a very judgmental pig.
Well, maybe if my throat wasn't so parched, I wouldn't have to keep
That doesn't
going.
make any sense. If your throat's parched, just shut up.
Give me a drink, please.
I'm not giving you
Colin,
alcohol.
Enough already. I haven't slept in 2 days. I went out a 2nd-story window, and I want to get in 2 seconds of shut-eye before I... Look,
Look at that sad little pig.
will you let me sleep?
Yeah, all right. Probably.
Oh, we'll give him a drink, just so we don't have to look at that sad face again.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Aren't we know he's eaten his cigarette?
Thanks, Bigby.
We don't even have a bed to go to sleep in. We have to fall asleep in an armchair with a pig lapping at our feet. Tenancy agreements are really bizarre in New York. You're only allowed to sleep if there's a farmyard animal within 5 meters of you. Slowly stealing all your alcohol. Where's the pig gone? I've misplaced a pig. How the hell have I managed that? Yes, I know you're knocking at the door. I'm trying to find my porky friend. Oh god, the pig's in a suit.
Bigby!
Oh no, that's Snow White. Not a pig in a suit. Still got a problem of missing pig.
Snow. Snow!
What? Sorry, I'm...
What is it? You came and woke me up in the middle of the night when I'm trying to find a misplaced pig and you're yelling at
We
me.
need to hurry to...
Is that a pig in a suit?
Hello. Good morning. Or evening.
Is everyone a pig in a suit? Where is the bloody pig? I know this game's supposed to be a mystery game with moral choices, but I hope one of those moral choices is not question whether everyone is actually a pig in a suit.
We need to be careful. We'll talk outside.
Ah, intrigue. We need to be careful. We need to talk outside. We need to find where I've misplaced this pig. Also, at some point, we should probably deal with the woman that got assaulted by the woodsman. But you know, apparently that's further down the list than finding where I've put a sodding pig. Also, good security guarding right there. There's a headless body on the steps outside. Guard's still asleep at his desk. Grimble, you might want to wake up, mate. Sure, let's steal a corpse's jacket. At least I think it's a headless corpse. Wait, is there an actual body there? Oh no! It's a corpseless head! I thought it was an entire body. No, it's just a jacket with a head underneath it. I thought it was a whole big body, but there's no legs or torso or the rest of it.
Right? Who was she? I thought I knew everyone in Cape Town.
She was a small town girl, living in a lonely world, and now she's missing her head.
She was a prostitute.
Really?
Well, actually she's missing her body. We found her actual head.
Oh.
Yeah.
She looks kinda sad.
Woodsman.
At least we figured out one mystery. What happened to the girl? Here she is.
No.
And now, after being beaten up by a man with an axe, her head has come off.
Give me a second.
It's just... terrible. It took me a second to realize what I was even looking at.
So, who found her?
You found her. You're the murderer. First you stole my pig, and then you murdered this poor woman, and hid her body somewhere. Okay, the theory might have a few holes in it.
No. Bigby, did one of us do this?
There hasn't been a murder in Fabletown in a long time.
All the more reason we shouldn't start a panic before we know what's going on. Have a look around. We don't have much time before people will be coming through here.
Ah, isn't that sweet? I would have maybe used the time to find her body, but sure, we can close her eyes too.
She was placed here with some care.
What do you mean?
You can see that someone didn't just toss
She
her.
was placed here with some
She was
care.
deliberately placed.
Now, somebody was using her head as a basketball and then it bounced over the fence.
What kind of monster would do this?
Strange.
Yeah.
What did this to her?
Yeah.
What could do something like that?
Serious fairy tales.
Something with magic attached to it.
She removed the tag off a mattress. That's why she's dead. Those things they do not remove, and then she ate it.
It's
Or it's a ribbon.
there's some kind
With a
of
ring
symbol
attached
here.
to it. Gollum, you have gone too far this time.
Neither do I.
It's a sad, sad day when not even prostitutes are safe from ring ribbon-based murder. Maybe we should move the head. Snow, maybe.
I'm sorry.
Yes, this is incredibly surreal. The woman who lived with 7 dwarves is finding 1 decapitated head surreal.
What do you want to do next?
Let's be honest, this is not the most surreal thing that's ever happened to fairy tale
We
characters.
still have some time. I should keep investigating the area.
Okay, good idea.
Do you maybe want to move the head? Just so other people can't see it?
Hey, Snow.
Maybe. At least put the jacket back over it.
Thanks. But you should hurry. We don't
Yeah,
have
no.
much time left.
I'm investigating as fast as I can, woman. Jesus Christ, let me be. Investigating. I found a blood trail. I'm a great detective.
Blood. Drops of blood. I'd say it's been here.
It took them an hour to realise there was a disembodied head on their front steps. Do we not have security cameras here? We've got indoor plumbing, but they forgot to put in any security measures to protect this gang of fairy tale characters who are supposed to be hiding here in New York. We found some fabric, we found a bean. Is the pig in the bean? Pig's not in the bean.
Just some loose trash.
Oh, loose trash was actually my nickname at school.
Yep, more blood. Someone might have hopped the fence, got caught, then left the
That's
trail
some good
we found
detectiving.
earlier.
Now let's take the blood back to the lab and get it analysed for DNA. Oh no, wait, we don't have one of those, do we?
Sharp enough.
Let's take the blood to a magical clairvoyant. Ask her to predict the future. And then ask her where the blazes our pig has gone.
Fabric. Looks like jeans. Doesn't tell me much.
It tells you that the criminal was probably wearing jeans. Either that or it's a red herring and they were running along with a pair of jeans outstretched behind them just to throw you off the scent. Now we're going to pants Snow
What
White.
are you doing?
Better to be thorough.
Sure, just hurry up. We don't have much time.
Ah, so she didn't kill this woman. Unless, of course, she went upstairs and got changed. I mean, it's not as if we noticed the blood has been here for an hour, and it's not as if she was the first person to find it.
She'll be in the books. I'm sure of it. Big P, do you have any idea what's going on?
I never have any idea what's going on.
This happened. Why her?
This is a message.
But one thing I do know is that hopefully we see the sequel to this game announced
Get
at
complaints
Comic
at the
Con.
office all the time, but just what about this makes you think that?
Placement of the
Whoever did
head.
this isn't exactly hiding it.
I think that's the biggest clue. People wanted us to find it, just like people wanted us to find the sequel to Wolf Among Us at Comic Con.
Well,
For the love of God, Telltale, just announce the thing.
I guess you're right.
You've made 4 Walking Dead games,
Wanted
and
us to
3
know
of them have been a
about
bit naff. Just give up. Give us more fables. What would you rather have? Yet another zombie game, or a game based on a comic where Goldilocks gets hit by a sodding truck and then falls into a river?
He needs to know. And he's going to find out anyway, so we may as well get out in front of it. It'll just be worse if he finds out we held it from him.
Of course, we'll
I know
tell
you
the
don't
mayor
like
exactly
this,
what
but
happened here.
He's our boss.
Right after I finish finding my
I
pig.
guess it's useless to drag it out.
That's how I feel too. I'm sure
Snow
people won't be
appreciates your
happy,
support. Like I said, we're the loving, kind, caring Bigby. If sheriffs could receive gold stars for being nice people, we'd have an entire chest full of them. And that looks to be the setup for 5 episodes of mystery. A dead girl with no
Crane's not
body,
what's important
and a
right now.
bunch of fairy tales who could all be to blame, as well as one destroyed toad car. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Of course, if you've got a game you'd like to see played on this channel, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. But until next time, farewell everyone.